All right, BMore's9HQ.com. What's going on? It's your man, Conan.
Yep, Persia Nicole and his special guests in the building. As promised, Amanda Seals is here.
Hey.
So, Smart, Funny, and Black is, of course, tonight, the Hippodrome. If you're wondering why Amanda Seals is talking about it right now, Chico Bean's going to be there, too.
Yes, Chico Bean, Chuck English from the Cool Kids. So really excited this year. We decided to bring folks out. Last year, we got folks from every city, and that turned out to be great in some instances. In some instances, it was like, okay, because you never know what you gonna get. We had one dude in St. Louis last year, I remember. We still haven't figured out, like, what he was on. Like, was it liquor? Was it pills? Was it weed?
Probably pills.
Dang.
What was he doing?
You know, he was, first of all, he had on socks and slides, but like it was, but it wasn't on some like, I'm just the cool dude. It was like, you didn't mean to do that, you know? And then he was like, the classic clip we have is he was like, yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, you can't look at the small thing. You got to look at like the bigger, you know, like the bigger, like the bigger, like the vision, like the bigger. And we were like,
baby
picture? And he's like, yeah, that's it. Woo, man. You know, so yeah, cool. And that was him like on stage.
Yeah.
Like he was just off. Mm-hmm. And he was suggested by us. He damn near fell out the car when he came to the venue. And we were like, oh, can you do this? I don't know if you're able to do this. He's like, no, I'm good. He wasn't good.
Did you keep him?
We had no choice.
And it was already booked. She'd already told everybody he was going to be there.
We had no choice.
Right.
Yeah. And like the show was starting.
Yeah.
That's when you learn as a performer, like, all right, let me see if I really got these chops, you know, because I'm going to have to save this. People pay for this show. It's got to be good. We ended up actually bringing guests up on the stage from the audience to like kind of help the Black Spurts, which ended up actually being like interactive. And now we do that in every show. Yeah. So we bring two guests up on the stage to help our Black Spurts with one of the games we play called Black Facts, which is Black Trivia. So it actually ended up being like a good thing because it inspired something that has actually worked out.
I've actually learned a lot thus far watching it.
Really?
Like, yeah, because it was some like facts that you said. And I was like, well, damn, when the hell did that happen?
We definitely like to mix it up. I think that it kind of isn't fun if no one knows any of the answers. Right? So, and people feel embarrassed, you know. So I try and make a range. I have a range of like stuff that is pretty kind of like well-known, stuff that is more in the niche, and then stuff that's like, okay, I'm going to teach y'all something tonight. And then we actually just end up having games that are testing more so like their comedy skills or their improv skills, you know. So we actually get to just get a range of ways to bring the information. Sometimes the information is brought through like a moment of ebony excellence. So I have like a moment of ebony excellence. Yeah.
Amanda sings all the time. Yo, I'm here for all of that.
It's all just to entertain myself. Like when you're an only child, you just try and find different ways to entertain yourself. So the singing has kind of morphed into that, from that, I should say. But you know, I always have just wanted to make sure that like whenever I'm doing something, it has more meat to it than just like performance, you know? So with Smart, Funny, and Black, I get to do comedy, but I get to make people laugh and learn at the same time. So that's what ends up happening at the end of the night across the board in a range of information. And it also depends on who we have as Black Spurts. Yeah. I mean, we had Yasser Lester, who was on Black Monday on Showtime. And Yasser is just, he be reading, you know? So he'll just pull out names and you're like, the same reaction I had to you, like, well, you will tell me. You know, because I love that I have a show where I get to learn as well.
Yeah. I think it's dope, of course. Smart, Funny, and Black is here at Hippodrome tonight. Be more. Make sure you get there. Amanda, I know you're also hosting NBC's Bring the Funny. And then, of course, you have your podcast, Small Doses. What else is going on?
We got the book, Small Doses. The book is coming out October 22nd, but it's available for pre-order right now on Amazon. I am just, I feel like I'm fronting because I'm definitely scared about the book. Like,
are you?
Well, yeah, because I've never put out a book before. Like, I've put out shows, I've put out, you know, material. Like, even the special was still, like, in my niche, you know, because it's just me on a stage performing. But my uncle was like, you know, a book is a deposition.
So what scares you about it? The information inside, people not buying it, or people not feeling it, or you just saying, I exposed too much of myself?
I mean, everything you literally just said, run it down. I feel like there's even 3 more. Like, you know, it's just very, it's personal and it's permanent in a very different way. You know, like, because I didn't take the approach of just like writing anecdotes, and I didn't take the approach of writing something fiction.
Yeah.
It's more so, it is the literary component to my podcast. And if anybody listens to my podcast, they know that it is very personal.
Yeah.
It's very opinionated. And we also know that the world has a lot of people that don't have comprehension skills, you know, and that also are haters, you know? So, you know, we see people take things out of context all the time. And I'm just like, man, I'm going to have to.
So something personal about yourself that is in the book that people will say, I didn't know that. But you feel like, should I have said that?
Off top, something personal. I do a whole chapter about the hoe phase.
Oh, so you went through that phase? Okay.
Everybody went through the hoe phase.
Okay. Tell us something about that then. I want to know.
Well, I think that everyone's experience is different. I think for me, my hoe phase was realizing that I really didn't need to experience it. You experience everything the way you experience it. But I think that there was just like this push of like, yeah, you got to do that. Like you got to get yours. You got to do that. You got to get hard. And then I eventually realized like, oh, like that isn't where I found like my physical awakening. Like it really is just I learned in that phase the difference between intimacy and sex. And that like you don't really
just starting.
Well, yeah. I mean, because there's just this. Sometimes there's a misrepresentation of what it means to be like sexually independent and what it means to just be out here.
Yeah.
Right. Got you.
It's a big difference.
Yeah,
it's a big
because
difference.
it's about your intention and your intellectualism behind that, and also like how sure you are in yourself and your insecurity, and then you start to realize like, oh, like this whole phase isn't actually about me like doing me. It's actually low key about me like wanting attention and wanting like
Aisha.
Yes, like literally, like I learned in that situation that it was like, oh, this is actually about like, if you get really deep with it, you wanting approval from men.
Yeah. And I think in some way, like a lot of females, we do. And then we also, like when we see other women, you're like, oh, okay, well, what she's going to wear. Like, it's like both sides sometimes, I feel like.
Being
We're
accepted or
overthinking
seeing if you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just think that it gets to a point where you have to know that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And then you can move how you want to move.
Exactly.
But when you don't know that that's what's happening and you just
Straight up
moving,
denial.
thinking it's something else, that's when you're like, wait, you know what? Let me sit down and read Amanda's book, Small Doses, Potent Truths for Everyday Use.
Hey. I love the podcast. So Normal love the book. And I'm
Thank
super
you.
excited for Smart, Funny, and Black tonight at Hippodrome. Get your tickets right now.
Yes,
Ticketmaster.com. They are there.
Absolutely. And make sure people follow you. How can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Amanda Seals, and you can follow Smart, Funny, and Black.
Yep, that's right.
All
Nice,
right.
your cue.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.